And as you continue on this path, the unfolding keeps moving quietly but surely, because what is real does not rush, and what is lasting does not need to announce itself, and you will begin to sense a deeper steadiness in your daily life, even in small moments, even in ordinary tasks, because meaning starts to weave itself into everything you do. And you realize that your life is no longer divided into important and unimportant moments. Every moment carries weight now, every choice shapes direction, and this awareness sharpens your focus, helping you release distractions that once pulled you away from yourself, and you no longer feel the same urge to explain your journey to everyone, because your certainty grows inwardly, not outwardly, and this inward certainty brings peace, the kind that does not depend on circumstances, and when circumstances shift, as they always do, you remain grounded. Because your center is no longer outside of you, it is within you, and this changes how you handle disappointment, how you face uncertainty, how you recover from setbacks, because instead of collapsing, you recalibrate, instead of blaming, you reflect, instead of quitting, you adjust, and this adaptability becomes one of your greatest strengths, allowing you to move forward without losing your integrity, and as this strength develops, you will notice how your patience increases, not because you are waiting passively, but because you trust the process, and trust allows you to breathe deeply even when answers are not immediate, and this deep breathing calms your mind, opening space for insight to arise naturally, and insights will come, sometimes quietly, sometimes suddenly, but always clearly, and you will learn to recognize them by the calm they bring rather than the excitement they create, because truth feels steady, not chaotic, and when you act from this steadiness, your actions align with your values, your words align with your intentions, and your relationships align with your growth, and this alignment creates harmony in your life, not perfection, but balance, and balance allows you to give without depletion and receive without guilt, and you will notice how your boundaries feel firm yet gentle, protecting your energy without hardening your heart, and this balance makes you approachable yet grounded, open yet discerning, and people will respond to this authenticity, some moving closer, others stepping away, and you will accept both without resistance, because you understand now that alignment naturally reorganizes your world, and as your world reorganizes, opportunities appear that match your clarity, not your confusion, and these opportunities will feel natural, not forced, unfolding in ways that feel right, even when they challenge you, and challenges will no longer feel like threats, they will feel like invitations to step into your strength, and you will meet them with courage born from self-trust, not from fear of failure, and as you continue to stay present, to listen, to choose awareness over avoidance, you will notice a quiet joy returning, not loud or dramatic, but steady and real, and this joy does not depend on outcomes, it comes from alignment, from knowing you are walking your true path, and this knowing becomes your anchor, guiding you forward through every season, shaping your journey with clarity, patience, and quiet confidence. As you continue to move ahead, fully present, fully aware, and fully grounded in who you are becoming. And as this journey continues, staying becomes easier because you begin to trust what is unfolding, and trust grows not from blind hope but from quiet evidence building inside you, moment by moment, breath by breath, because now you are no longer searching for signs everywhere, you are becoming one who recognizes truth when it arrives, and this recognition brings calm strength, the kind that does not argue or rush, and you will notice that even when life feels busy around you, there is a steady center within you that remains untouched, and this center becomes your anchor, your place of clarity, your place of return, and whenever confusion tries to rise, you will feel drawn back to this inner steadiness, because it is now familiar, and familiarity breeds confidence, and confidence allows you to move forward without forcing outcomes, and this is where true progress begins, not in speed, but in alignment. An alignment gently rearranges your life, relationships shift, priorities adjust, desires mature, and what once mattered deeply begins to lose importance, not because it was wrong, but because you have grown beyond it, and growth does not erase the past, it redefines it, turning pain into understanding, struggle into wisdom, and waiting into preparation, and this preparation now shows itself through your choices, through your words, through the way you respond instead of react. And people may notice the change in you before you fully do, they may say you feel different, calmer, stronger, clearer, and this is because something inside you has settled, and when something settles, it no longer seeks validation, it simply stands in truth, and truth does not need defense, it only needs space, and you are finally giving it space by staying present, by listening, by not turning away when things become quiet, because silence no longer feels empty to you, it feels full, meaningful, alive, and in this fullness, ideas will come, insights will surface, direction will clarify, and these insights may arrive softly, during rest, during ordinary moments, during stillness, and you will learn not to ignore them, because you now understand that wisdom does not always shout, it often whispers, and the one who listens gains depth, and depth brings resilience, and resilience allows you to face challenges without losing yourself, and when obstacles appear, you will not see them as signs to stop, but as signals to move differently, more wisely, more intentionally, and this shift in perception changes everything, because you no longer ask why something is happening to you, you ask what it is shaping within you, and this question leads to growth instead of frustration, and as time moves forward, you will see how staying in this moment rewired your response to life, because you chose awareness over escape, understanding over distraction, and presence over avoidance, and these choices compound quietly, building a foundation that does not shake easily, and when uncertainty comes, you will meet it with steadiness, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust your ability to walk forward without losing clarity, and this trust is earned, not given, earned through every moment you stayed when leaving felt easier, through every breath you took when doubt whispered, through every time you chose to listen instead of turning away, and this is why what unfolds next will feel earned, not rushed, deserved, not forced, and it will fit you, not overwhelm you, and you will recognize it when it arrives, because it will align with who you have become, and when that recognition happens, you will step forward calmly, confidently, knowing that staying was not just a momentary choice, but the beginning of a new way of being, one rooted in awareness, guided by truth, strengthened by patience, and carried forward by quiet certainty. And as this awareness continues to settle, you may notice that time itself feels different, not rushed, not dragging, but purposeful, because when you are aligned, moments carry meaning instead of pressure, and meaning brings patience, and patience brings clarity, and clarity protects you from repeating what once trapped you, and you will see clearly now where you once settled, where you once stayed silent, where you once accepted less because you believed that was all that was available, and this seeing is not meant to shame you, it is meant to free you, because understanding your past choices gives you power over your future ones, and power does not arrive as dominance, it arrives as calm authority within yourself, and this authority allows you to say yes without fear and no without guilt, and both become acts of self-respect, and self-respect reshapes your world quietly, changing the way others respond to you, the way opportunities appear, the way energy flows toward you, and you will realize that many struggles were not punishments but lessons designed to teach discernment, and discernment is now active within you, guiding you gently away from what drains you and toward what nourishes you, and nourishment does not always feel exciting at first, it often feels peaceful, steady, grounded, and this peace may feel unfamiliar if chaos once felt normal, but unfamiliar peace is still peace, and over time it will feel like home. And as peace settles, your intuition strengthens. Your inner voice grows clearer, and you no longer dismiss it as imagination, because you see how accurate it becomes, how consistently it guides you well, and trust begins to build between you and yourself, and this trust is powerful, because when you trust yourself, you stop seeking constant reassurance from the outside, and you stop bending your truth to fit someone else's comfort, and this does not make you distant, it makes you real, and real connections will begin to form, ones that do not require effort to maintain, ones that feel mutual, balanced, respectful, and you will notice the difference immediately, because your body will feel calm around them, your thoughts will feel clear, your energy will remain steady, and this is how you will know alignment is present, and when misalignment appears, you will feel it quickly too, not as confusion, but as heaviness, resistance, unease, and instead of ignoring it, you will listen, because you have learned that listening early prevents pain later, and this listening is wisdom, earned through experience, through staying, through enduring uncertainty without abandoning yourself, and this wisdom now protects you, not by isolating you, but by guiding you, and guidance leads to growth that feels organic, not forced, and growth that feels organic lasts, and as it lasts, confidence builds quietly, not from comparison, not from validation, but from consistency, from honoring your inner truth again and again, and consistency creates stability, and stability creates freedom, because when you are stable within, you are not shaken by every change outside, and change becomes something you move through, not something that controls you, and this ability will serve you in ways you cannot yet fully see, opening paths that match your depth, your maturity, your readiness, and when these paths open, you will walk them calmly, without rushing, without fear, because you know now that staying present is what brings clarity, and clarity is what leads you forward, and this knowing remains with you, steady and true, guiding you long after this moment passes, shaping each step, each choice, each breath, as you continue becoming who you were always meant to be. And even now, as you continue to remain present, the unfolding does not slow, it deepens, because depth is where lasting change lives, and in this depth you begin to understand yourself in ways that were not possible before. You see patterns clearly without judgment, you recognize your own strength without needing to prove it, and this recognition brings compassion, first for yourself, then for others, and compassion does not weaken you, it sharpens your discernment, because you can see without attachment and feel without being controlled, and this balance is rare, yet it is forming within you naturally, quietly, without force, and as it forms, you will notice how certain fears no longer have the same voice, they still exist, but they no longer lead, they no longer decide, and leadership within you has shifted, now guided by awareness instead of anxiety, by clarity instead of urgency, and this shift affects everything, how you work, how you speak, how you rest, how you choose, and even how you dream, because your inner world is reorganizing itself around truth, and truth brings order, not control, but harmony, and harmony allows energy to flow instead of stagnate, and you will feel this as renewed motivation without pressure, creativity without strain, and action without fear, and when challenges come, because they will, you will not collapse inward, you will expand outward, seeing possibilities where you once saw walls, and this is not because the world changed, but because you did, and change that comes from within does not need external permission, it simply expresses itself, and expression becomes natural when resistance fades, and resistance fades when understanding grows, and understanding grows when you stay, and staying has now become your strength, and this strength is steady, not dramatic, reliable, not loud, and reliability builds trust, both within yourself and in the world around you, and you will begin to trust your own decisions again, your own timing, your own pace, and this trust removes the pressure to rush, and when the pressure lifts, clarity sharpens, and clarity guides you toward what truly matters, and what truly matters will feel simple, honest, aligned, and you will choose it without second-guessing, and when doubt tries to return, it will feel familiar but distant, like an old voice you recognize but no longer follow, and this distance is growth. And growth continues quietly even when you are not aware of it, even when days feel ordinary, even when nothing dramatic seems to be happening, because beneath the surface roots are strengthening, and strong roots support lasting outcomes, and those outcomes will come in time, not all at once, but in ways that integrate smoothly into your life, and you will not feel overwhelmed by them, because you are prepared, and preparation was the purpose of staying. And staying has already begun to change you in ways you will fully realize only later when you look back and see this moment clearly, as the point where you chose awareness over escape, depth over distraction, and truth over comfort, and that choice continues to shape everything that follows. Listen carefully now, because this wisdom was held back 3 times, yet I opened a way so you could see it, I gave the order that it must reach you now, and this truth is revealed especially for you, for the deepest part of who you are, so understand how important this moment is, because 3 times darkness tried to erase this truth and silence it, but I stood alert and ready and said clearly, release it, they are ready. And that is why something inside you woke up the moment these words touched you, that is why your spirit connected so quickly, because nothing here is an accident and nothing is happening by chance, this moment was chosen long ago, even before the world was formed, this exact awareness was set aside for your life, and if you turn away now you will feel a hollow place inside, like something important slipped away, but if you stay and keep your heart open, a deep flow of understanding will finally begin. So listen with care, because this time is sacred and this message is firm. This is the final call before a major change. You asked for guidance and clarity and now the answer has arrived. This is the sign you waited for. This is the moment you sensed was coming. You are not here by mistake and your path was not random. Your inner self was guided here. Unseen helpers have known you for a long time, and those small inner nudges you felt were leading you here. Now what blocked this message is gone and what was hidden 3 times is revealed, and if you feel a quiet change around you or a deep feeling inside or tears rising without reason, that is your confirmation, that is your assurance, because your spirit recognizes this truth, and if you leave now what was prepared will go another way, but if you stay what belongs to you will remain yours, because you are standing at a choice, to ignore this turning point or to open your heart and receive what has been waiting for you across time. So be still and notice the quiet growing deeper, because something unseen is near and ready, a gentle call is reaching you, and this awareness pushed through obstacles to reach you, and this is only the beginning, because if you stay, the full truth will open, what was hidden will be shown, and the next 7 years of your life will move toward good in a powerful way. This unfolding waited for this exact moment, so do not look away and do not retreat, stay until the end, because this is not a passing message. This is the truth that was guarded and restrained, hidden 3 times until I spoke with authority and said let them see it now, and since you are still here the struggle has already turned in your favor, and the shift you feel is because the unseen world is moving around you, helpers are present and I am here, this time is holy and chosen, nothing reaches you unless I allow it, and if this message found you through hidden paths it carries power and answers what you asked for in silence. The delay was protection, not rejection, and now the right time has arrived, so breathe and notice the gentle pull inside you, not fear but recognition, because your soul remembers this call and has waited longer than you remember, which is why you feel urged to stay, and this grace was held back because darkness feared it, its power was too great before, but now it is revealed because I spoke it into being. You were not ready then but you are ready now. Remember the nights you searched for peace and the thoughts that disturbed you and the quiet longing you could not explain, all of that prepared you for this moment, and now I am no longer silent or hidden, I am restoring what was taken, but you must stay and let this truth take root, because leaving now would cloud your path, but staying will light it, and because you stayed the story continues, understanding flows, and unseen helpers rejoice, because your next step matters greatly and this moment shapes the next 7 years. Ignoring this truth brings struggle but accepting it opens wonders beyond what you imagine. This is why it was delayed 3 times, because once you understand it the hold over you breaks, the lies fall apart and the quiet season ends, and freedom is declared over you. So do not look away, take these words fully, because the stirring you feel is awakening, not fear, and this moment is beyond ordinary. Every tear you cried was seen and every prayer was recorded. And this silence ended now for a reason, and know this, someone near you does not speak truth. Their words sound kind but their actions are not clean, and your inner sense already knew this, so trust what I placed inside you. The truth will come to light soon and you must not fear it, because helpers are close and your trust activates them, and signs will appear, some very soon, and when they do you must not doubt, because they come from me, and because you stayed more will be revealed. This is not a detour but your release, a defining moment, and if you leave it may not return, so remain here, because the space around you is sacred now. And the truth held back 3 times is now undoing every plan against you, and again I tell you, someone hides their real nature and a choice will appear that seems easy and safe but would bind you if taken without my guidance, so turn away from comfort that blocks your calling and choose the freedom that challenges you, because you made yourself small for others long enough, and now recognition comes. And what you earned is being given, gently and steadily, not in noise but in real blessings. Your days will become meaningful and your future will open. Clarity will increase, doubt may try to return but courage will guide you, and do not trade my assurance for approval, because this wisdom is for your grounding, not display, and one day you will look back and know this was the turning point when you chose to stay, so release old promises and broken agreements. Let go of what was built in pain, because I will make something whole. I am clearing your path, preparing the right people, protecting your steps, and a message is coming that will lift a heavy burden. Receive it with trust, provide relief, strengthen what is true, and allow connections to shift, because those who stay are placed by design, and when doubt speaks loudly remember volume is not truth, and soon your vision will sharpen and decisions will become clear. Act with humility, because small steps now bring great results. Abundance comes through faithfulness. Someone from your past may return for closure, handle it with wisdom, protect your peace, and when sudden understanding comes write it down and act, because guidance begins quietly, and do not confuse pride with strength. Stay open to direction, find those who value truth, and you will notice peace returning naturally, and be cautious of fast promises, but notice repeated signs that confirm your path. And forgive while keeping discernment, because strength allows both, and search what seems forgotten because answers are hidden there. Rest when needed, change habits when nudged, accept correction that brings freedom, honor simple moments, accept meaningful offers, do not compare your path to others, remember how far you have come, keep record of my faithfulness, because a deeper purpose is rising in you, a message meant to last, and you must nurture it in stillness. And as you remain here, breathing quietly, something deeper continues to unfold within you, because staying is not passive, it is an act of strength, and every moment you choose not to turn away, layers inside you begin to realign, wounds you buried start loosening their grip, and the weight you carried silently begins to shift, not all at once, but enough for you to feel hope again, because this path was never meant to break you, it was meant to refine you, and the pressure you endured shaped your awareness, your patience shaped your power, and your silence shaped your wisdom, even when you felt unseen, even when your voice felt small, even when answers did not come, all of it was shaping you for clarity that lasts, not comfort that fades, and this is why the truth now comes gently yet firmly, because you are finally able to carry it without losing yourself, and the reason your heart feels alert is because alignment has begun. The inner conflict starts to quiet, the noise loses authority, and your sense of direction slowly sharpens, and you may notice small shifts, a thought that feels clearer, a choice that feels easier, a reaction that no longer pulls you backward. These are not coincidences, they are evidence, and as you continue to stay, you will notice that situations that once drained you begin to lose access to you, conversations feel different, your tolerance for confusion lowers, your desire for honesty rises. And this is because your inner compass is being restored. And restoration is rarely loud, it moves quietly, steadily, until one day you realize you no longer respond the way you used to, you no longer shrink to be accepted, you no longer chase to be valued, you no longer explain yourself to be understood, and this shift may feel unfamiliar at first, but unfamiliar does not mean wrong, it means new strength, and this strength is rooted, not forced, it does not need approval. It does not rush, it does not panic, it simply stands, and when challenges arise, you will notice a pause before reaction, a space where wisdom steps in, because you are no longer driven only by survival, you are guided by purpose, and purpose brings steadiness even when outcomes are unknown, and as this unfolds, you may feel moments of release, sudden sighs, deep breaths, tears without pain. These are signs of letting go, because what was once tightly held is loosening, and the past no longer defines the next step. It only explains why you are strong enough to take it, and now opportunities will appear that align with your growth, not your wounds, and they may not look dramatic, they may look simple, ordinary, quiet, but they will feel right, and when you feel that calm certainty, trust it, because peace is not the absence of challenge, it is the presence of direction, and direction grows clearer the longer you remain open, and you will begin to recognize what drains you faster, and you will walk away without guilt, because discernment replaces attachment, and boundaries no longer feel harsh, they feel necessary, and when resistance appears, you will notice it no longer controls you, because fear loses power when truth is known, and the truth settling inside you now is steady, not rushed, grounded, not emotional, and this is how lasting change forms, and the days ahead will bring moments where you are tested to return to old patterns, to doubt your clarity, to question your worth. But remember this moment, remember the calm knowing you feel now, because this is your reference point, this is where alignment began, and when you hold to it, your choices will continue to reflect it, and you will notice progress not as sudden leaps but as consistent stability, and stability creates momentum, and momentum opens doors that effort alone could not, and as this path continues, you will become someone others feel safe around, not because you solve everything, but because your presence carries clarity, and clarity is rare. And when confusion surrounds you, you will not absorb it as before, because you understand now that peace is protected, not borrowed, and as you protect it, your confidence grows quietly, not from proving anything, but from knowing who you are becoming, and who you are becoming is steady, aware, grounded, discerning, and patience will reward you in ways haste never could, and as the coming seasons unfold, you will notice that what once felt delayed was perfectly timed, because you now have the strength to sustain what arrives, and this is the difference between wishing and readiness is what you now carry, and because of that, what unfolds next will not overwhelm you, it will meet you, and you will step forward without forcing, without fear, without apology, knowing that staying was the choice that changed everything.